So when thinking of a topic for this presentation, I decided to do not only my favorite musician, but my favorite role model as well, Chance the Rapper. So Chance the Rapper has four primary roles, the first of which that everyone is aware of and most people know him primarily as is a musician. Next, I would say that he's pretty credited and well known as an actor. And then he's a hometown and/or Chicago enthusiast. And lastly, he's a loving and caring father. So starting out with his musician career, he started out at a very early age, putting music out and gaining popularity. It all started when he released this first mixtape known as 10 Day. And this particular mixtape debuted and was featured in Forbes magazine. So it gained popularity just from being recognized by a large crowd of people. This then led him to producing the mixtape known as Acid Rap in 2013. And this also gained him popularity, I would say more so than 10 Day, because of the fact that he had other artists starting to come into his career and promote him as well as themselves. And most recently, in 2016, he released this album here called The Coloring Book. And this debuted on the Billboard 200 chart, and it sat at number 8 for a long time. And this featured artists like Kanye West, Justin Bieber, and even Post Malone. So his next role is that he is an actor. So he's been on many late night TV shows as well as commercials, and he's even directed his own short film. So starting out with some of the late night TV shows, he first made an appearance in The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon when he released his music. And next up, he was on the Saturday Night Live and the Late Night Show with Stephen Colbert. And then he started appearing in different commercials, starting with the Skittles commercial, which is where this is pictured. And he just recently did the Super Bowl Doritos commercial. And in 2015, like I said earlier, he had a short film that he produced and star acted in himself. So next up is that he's a hometown Chicago enthusiast. And this is a very crucial role that he sees as himself, because he feels that Chicago deserves recognition over a lot of other cities. And he was born and raised in Chicago, and he started promoting this city by starting a social media campaign. And the social media campaign was to stop gun violence for 42 hours, and it worked, which brought a lot of recognition to him as well as Chicago as a city. So then after he gained the following for this reason, he started hosting open mic nights, which helped Chicago teens kind of get out there and show their talents, whether it be by singing, rapping, or forms of a cappella, and even some acting. And this then raised $100,000 for Chicago schools. And he also donated a lot of his own money and time to these schools as well. And most recently, he organized the Teens in the Park Festival. And this is where accredited and other famous musicians and actors came, and they performed for free for the teens of Chicago. And his last and primary role is that he's a loving and caring father. He often is seen out with his daughter, and he's constantly giving her attention. Her name is Kinsley Bennett, and she was born in 2015. So just to touch up, and I'll do a little recap on Chance the Rapper's roles. He's primarily known as a musician for releasing 3 incredible chart-topping mixtapes. Next up, he's an actor, where he appeared in late night TV shows, as well as his own short film and even commercials during the Super Bowl. He's a hometown and/or Chicago enthusiast because he loves the town where he's from, and he likes to promote local teens who are less fortunate, kind of like how he grew up. and that he is a loving and caring father for his daughter, Kinsley Bennett.